My friends, these days YouTube is making it harder and harder for fans to watch independent channels like mine. Even people who are channel members have to go hunting for my content because YouTube does not help them find it. This latest shift in the algorithm, incorporating age verification and reportedly using AI to filter results, has instantly cut my views down a half to a third of what they used to be. Meanwhile, I'm getting a lot of folks telling me in comments they've been unsubscribed from my channel without their knowledge. The good news is, I may have a fix for those of you who want to ensure you get notifications from YouTube. If you want the algorithm to know you like this channel and want to receive notifications, please watch a number of my videos all in a row. Watch 4 or 5 of them back to back, and I am told this will adjust the algorithm so you'll get updates when I post videos or go live. To make it easier for you to watch several of my videos in a row, you'll find a couple of links to playlists in the video comments. Please take a look at them. And with a little luck, this will help you find my videos a lot easier and help us stay on the air. Thanks for watching, my friends, and now, on to the video. My friends, often on this channel I've reported rumors that certain Disney projects have gone over budget. Some of them wildly over budget due to rewrites and reshoots and scrapbooks, oh my! I present these as rumors, of course, since I don't have direct access to the data, and all I have to go on are rumblings from fugitive Bothans and distress signals from behind the lines in Hollywood, aka Little New Mordor. And yet, oftentimes months, even years later, these rumors are revealed to be based, after all. Over the past few days, Forbes has been on a truth bomb run, dropping painful cluster facts across a number of articles stating how Disney projects have been going over budget and losing money at an alarming rate. And you'll never guess which brand was the worst of all in this regard.
Never say never, dude. It was Star Wars, wasn't it?
Of course it was Star Wars, Harvey Cthulhu. How could it not be? My friends, now, thanks to disclosures required for UK-based projects to get production reimbursements, and of course thanks to Forbes, we now have factual information to report about how badly these productions have been flying off the rails. Although ironically, one of these projects, just one mind you, came in under budget. Can you guess which one? I'll bet you can't guess that one, but when you hear why, it will make sense. So as I said, this week Forbes has been in a feeding frenzy, analyzing the hell out of Disney financial disclosures in the UK, and today I'd like to focus on what they had to tell us in an article titled, "New Analysis Reveals Disney Overspent on Almost Half Its Movies and Shows." Let's review and discuss. Quote, "Two of the most asked questions in the movie industry have finally been answered. What percentage of Disney's movies go over budget, and which of its famous franchises are the worst performers? The amount Disney spends on its movies and streaming shows has been a talking point since the start of the pandemic, as it has released a string of costly underperforming productions. That information isn't disclosed in Disney's filings in the United States, as they combine the expenses of all its productions and don't break down the results of each one. In simple terms, if a movie goes over budget, it means that its costs are rising, so more theater tickets have to be sold for it to break even at the box office. The lack of disclosure has kept observers guessing about Disney's ability to stick to its budgets. Until now, unquote."
Oh, shit. And so it begins. And they'd have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those damn UK disclosures, to paraphrase Scooby-Doo.
Indeed, Harvey Cthulhu, it's always difficult to resist paraphrasing Scooby-Doo. You see, my friends, Disney has shifted a lot of production over to the UK because it's more cost-efficient than shooting in the US. It's a wise decision. As an incentive to lure productions away from the US, the UK offers cash reimbursements up to 25.5% of production expenditures in their country. There is a wrinkle in all this though, my friends. Whereas Disney doesn't have to disclose anything about production budgets or overruns for projects shot in the US, because Disney doesn't have to itemize financial filings here. In the UK, They have to submit detailed and itemized documentation of their budgets, expenditures, production staff details, and the final status of the production. Was it under, on, or over budget? And that is why we have this information today. Get a load of this, my friends. Quote, overall, a staggering 47% of Disney's 51 productions were over budget, with the number peaking at 4 in 2016 when the costly live-action remakes got underway. They broke new ground, so it's perhaps no surprise that they cost more than expected. That said, the only movie released so far this year which was made in the UK and was over budget was Snow White, another live-action remake.
But of course we all knew that, dude. There was no doubt about it, with all the reshoots and the delays and everything, and the substitution of garden gnomes for elves. I mean dwarves. Whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, Harvey. Of course, the Disney movies made in the US and elsewhere may have all been in line with the budget or under budget, though that seems unlikely given the performance of their UK counterparts. Not only is the sample size of UK productions extremely large, but it covers all of Disney's key franchises, unquote. And speaking of franchises, my friends, here's a very interesting tidbit about one of our former favorite franchises, Star Wars. Quote, in percentage terms, more of Disney's Star Wars productions were over budget than those of any other franchise. 4 of the 8 filmed in the UK blew their budgets, and although Marvel beat that with 7, a total of 16 of its productions were made in the UK, meaning that 43.8% exceeded their forecasts, unquote.
Well, I think the answer here is obvious. The more defective the script, the higher the budgets balloon because of reshoots. Look at Solo, for example. They had to restart that monstrosity and almost completely remake it. That adds up to a lot of money. If you want Dr. Skull of Calderon's prescription, write an excellent script and shoot it. That's the remedy for budget overages.
Very, very true, O Skull of Calderon. Oddly enough, though, give credit where it's due. The only film on that list that actually came in under budget was none other than The Ruse of Soywoker. Although ironically, the main reason it came in under budget was simply because they ran out of time and couldn't do reshoots. According to editor Mary Ann Brandon on the Rough Cut podcast, quote, the crew had 3 months less to work on The Rise of Skywalker than The Force Awakens, the first of Disney's Star Wars trilogy. Brandon explained that the reason for the tight timing was that Disney insisted on sticking to the movie's December 2019 release date rather than delaying it, which would have increased the post-production time and therefore the cost. Instead, filings for the movie show that it ended up below the production budget, unquote.
Dude, that one really needed reshoots. They fly now? They fly now?
Somehow, Palpatine returned. And what about that ancient Sith dagger that lined up with the mountains in just the right way if you stood on exactly the right spot, at the right height, held it up and squinted? Boy, that was a humdinger, wasn't it? And Rey singing, I'm every Jedi. But of course, Kylo Ren getting yeeted was hilarious and was really a high mark of the entire sequel trilogy. Kylo never caught a break, did he?
Nor did the audience watching him, sadly. Well, there you have it, my friends. Forbes has broken down the data, and I think the lesson here is clear. The script is everything. It always was everything. It was always the key component of every production in Hollywood. If you don't have a great script, you're in for a lot of heartache down the line. Heartache and budget overages. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha